tidal wave of the old-time religion.
I have sinned against you.
How dare you!
We have no need to doubt God.
The heart of Babylon is preparing the nations to receive the Antichrist.
I didn't even build that house with money from the church. I built it with money from my book.
I don't make this stuff up.
Repenting of your sin.
It is a moral issue.
They got together and swore a pact to the devil.
I just enjoy seeing people worship, praising God.
Good evening and welcome to Believe It or Not Live. Please give it up in the chat for your hosts, Trevor and Damien.
Yeah.
Wow. What's going on, Internet? Oh,
hey, the Internet.
That was a pretty good song. Have you guys ever heard that song before?
Oh, yeah. I had it playing on two screens, and I thought everybody was experiencing that.
Two
I
screens.
accidentally had it open in a different window, and I was like, whoa, this is insane. But,
Classic Trevor.
Classic Trevor.
Double screening it. That's all he ever does.
Yeah. But hey, everybody, welcome to
Believe It
or Not,
the show where we believe it.
Or did I?
Live, we're going to find out if we do or if we don't. A little spoiler ahead. Probably not. Don't.
Probably not. We'll see. Yeah. Although this one's not, it's not our typical episode. It's a Christmas episode. Yeah. We're talking Christmassy, which, Christmas has some religious connotations to it, I would say.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not for me.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah, for some people, not for myself. For myself, it has
not for myself.
Candy cane connotations.
What do you mean candy cane connotations?
I like to eat candy cane at Christmas.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and
do you like crushing it up and putting it on all your food, or having like a peppermint mocha with little bits of candy canes, or do you like picking your teeth with a sharpened candy cane? Or?
Yeah, well, I like to sharpen it really hard, and then you poke your finger. I'm like, you think I could cut myself?
Maybe you could fashion a candy cane shiv for that festive holiday prison treat.
Exactly. Yeah. What traditions do you like here at the old Christmas time?
Well, I like going and seeing all the family and looking at the things that are on the walls that aren't usually on the walls. That's a good one. And then standing beside a tree inside.
Yep.
And looking at all the boxes that were put there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like most of the year, trees are outside.
They live outside. It's so strange. It's so weird. No, but yeah, it's mostly about coming home, taking some time off work, hanging out with the family, giving some presents that they'll probably never use, and getting some presents that you'll probably never use. But it's still very nice, and you're like, thank you, love you, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Well, this year, usually I'm never off at Christmas. Like I always have to work through Christmas. So I haven't been actually home at Christmas in years, 5 years maybe. But usually what we do is I'll come over in January, and we'll do a little fake Christmas, and we'll have a little like Trevor's finally home Christmas.
Yeah.
It's not the same, but that's cool too, because the big highfalutin Christmas season kind of thing. Yeah, you know how it is.
I mean, these things change. Like as you grow up, people move away, and things don't become a little less important as it did than when you were younger or whatever. But you try and make these things work, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you guys, what you should do, guys, is share in the chat. What are some of your Christmas traditions?
Yeah, who likes eggnog? Who likes fruitcake? Who likes sleigh bells? Who likes carols?
Exactly.
Yeah, let us know.
Somebody in the old chat said I handmade small gifts this year. Which, you know what? My favorite Christmas as a kid was the year my family had barely any money. So my parents made all our gifts. Yeah. And there was just something about it. It was like the most magical Christmas. It like felt like Santa's elves had created all these gifts, and we were just so excited. And
mine was probably when I got a Sega Genesis and all the games.
Yeah.
So
I never played video games as a kid.
No.
Well, the thing is, when you have three brothers who,
it's hard to hand make three for game systems.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, some joker in the comments.
Some joker. Kick him out of here. But I thought, you know what I thought we'd do? Because it's this time of year, but everybody has their own traditions, but there's different traditions around the world. So let's talk about some of those Christmas trads.
Oh, traditions.
So I made
and Sonar. I guess that is appropriate. Why we're here today is the network of Sonar.
Yes, we have joined the network of Sonar, and a big shout out to them and a thank you for hosting this. It's a dual hosted. It's on the Sonar Network website or YouTube channel. It's on the Believe It or Not YouTube channel, and it's in our hearts.
Yeah, and the check better be in the mail, or this is it.
This is it. And so I did make a slideshow. People are asking, "Whoa, you made a slideshow?" Yeah, I used Google Slides.
Oh, they have that now, huh?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Is it better than some of the other slide programs that you might see out there?
I think it's the exact same thing as PowerPoint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's just their ripoff, just like Google Docs is their ripoff of Word. So
sure.
But it's on the internet.
And
let's talk Sweden. What do they do in Sweden?
Meatballs.
Yeah, and they go or
I don't know about that.
Yeah, the chefs. That's how they talk.
Are we canceling? Are we canceled right off the bat?
right. No, just the chefs talk like that. I'm not.
Oh, okay. Right.
Everybody knows. Yeah, but they celebrate. They have the Yule goat as part of the tradition for a while.
Okay, a Yule goat.
Yeah,
I've heard of the Yule log.
Yeah, but they got the goat.
Right. What is Yule?
Yule is like the old school name for Christmas, that time of year, like the pagan name, I believe. That's why a lot of people use it. That's why you have the Yule log, and that's why you have the word Yule is going to pop up a bit here, but it's that kind of winter solstice pagan celebration that the Christians went ahead and stole.
It is really funny, like when you, Jewel, Sonny says. That makes sense. Actually, that makes more sense to me. It is really funny that the old, like, especially now, it's so like Coca-Cola, Santa Claus in a big red suit, reindeer and stuff. But way back in the day, it was goats and logs.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, it's changed over the years. It kind of adopted more into Christmas and things like that. But now, I'm going to show the next slide. Sorry, team. But now every year they build this giant hay or straw Yule, and it's like giant. It's 42 feet high, and it's like part of their Christmas. It's like
a lot of hay.
That's a lot of hay. It's like the Rockefeller Christmas tree kind of thing. That's their main. It's one of the big touristy things.
Do they set it ablaze or no?
No.
Okay.
But I read last year there was threats of arson. And they weren't sure whether or not they were going to put it up. But another tradition in Sweden is every year they watch this Donald Duck Christmas special.
And then you've got Scrooge McDuck with Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah. And it's this hour-long special of different Disney cartoons, some of them Christmas themed, some of them not. They're all from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And it plays every year on Christmas at 3 p.m. I believe. Yeah, 3 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Sorry. And it's like such a big part of the culture that like things have to be scheduled around it so that everybody can go home and watch this Donald Duck cartoon.
I gotta wonder, is there an English, like the English dub of it, or not dub? I guess was it originally made in English?
Yeah,
or was
it was originally made in English.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they put it on TV at Christmas time, and it became a tradition. Now they have like a different person hosting it each year, so they come on and introduce the cartoons, and it's like a big.
Oh, so they live host it, and then they show the cartoons.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. It's a weird tradition, but
I mean, it's not really, considering every Christmas time here. What do we have? You have Charlie Brown Christmas. You have How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You have every Christmas movie ever playing all the time.
That's true.
It's just the same thing. It's just a little more centralized.
I watch A Christmas Story. That's like the 1st
Mhm.
thing I put on when I wake up on Christmas morning.
I was at my dad's yesterday, and he had it on in the background while we were eating dinner.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm more of a Jingle All the Way guy.
Yeah, I almost watched that the other day. But I think I'm going to try some ones that I skipped. Like I never watched Four Christmases. I mean, I guess that's not that old.
I don't know if I've seen that one either.
Christmas with the Cranks.
I actually haven't seen that one either.
Yeah,
my sisters were mad about it because they wanted to watch it, but it wasn't on Netflix anymore. So, so Netflix, if you're listening, get back the Cranks.
I think we talked about it on the podcast. Maybe not. I liked the new Home Alone movie.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. So I say watch it.
Hey, I love Home Alone. I just the trailers did not instill me with any confidence. It made me feel more like Home Alone 3, which was kind of a stinker, but I still liked it when I was a kid. So it had those vibes to me.
Yeah, and it's more focused on the quote unquote bad guys,
right?
Which is Rob Delaney and Ellie Kemper, and they're both fantastic in it. And then the kid from Jojo Rabbit. It's just it's not Kevin McAllister. It's not the original, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you don't got the Wet Bandits no more, so.
Yeah, I used to watch. Somebody mentioned It's a Wonderful Life. Somebody mentioned.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Lampoon. Yeah, those are good. Yeah.
Yeah. The Santa Claus movies, classics. Can't go wrong there.
Classic. But here's what about Iceland, do you say?
Yeah, that was the thing I was thinking.
What they do is they got the 13 Yule lads.
What the hell?
And they're like,
what the fuck?
Tricksy,
oh my God,
troll-like characters that come into play in Iceland for each night of Yuletide. So that's 13 days.
Is that where the 12 days of Christmas came from, based off of like Yule -1 or something?
Yeah, I think, and different places had different traditions around that. And then there's also because the calendar changed. So some places celebrate in January, some places celebrate in December, and so I don't know how it all adds up though. But yeah, they're tricksters and they do little different things for you, and
So I gotta say, first thing, these guys are all terrifying old men. But second of all, they're all like underlit, which makes them look even more terrifying for some reason.
That's true.
And I don't know why.
Oh, and then the gremlins in the background or whatever they are, the trolls.
Like mountain trolls or something like that. Too many men. Next slide. Good point. Yes.
Well, speaking of next slide, you see on the bottom of this one, there's a cat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So on the next slide, we'll talk about the Yule cat.
What the shit?
A giant cat.
What?
That eats you on Christmas if you aren't wearing brand new clothes.
What?
Yeah. So
who invented this?
Farmers.
The guy who owns H&M?
Yeah, well, it was a way. Okay, so what farmers would do is if all the work got done by Christmas, they would buy their workers brand new clothes. So it was like an incentive to get all the work done, and then we'll buy you new clothes so the cat won't eat you. And that's
fucked up.
Yeah.
So it's basically trying to trick people into working for them harder than they should, just because if you don't work hard enough, we won't give you clothes and then you'll die.
Yeah.
Can you imagine going into work and your boss saying like, listen, man, if you don't work the next 14 hours and get all this shit done, I'm not giving you your Christmas bonus. And then afterwards, I'm going to come over and I'm going to put a bullet in your head.
Yep. Plus, like, I don't want my boss picking out my clothes for me.
That's true. Yeah, I hate getting clothes as a gift most of the time.
Yeah, unless it's a sweater. You can give me any sweater, I'll wear that shit. Yeah.
I just, some things, they don't fit right. It's not necessarily your style.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
And you get brand loyalty,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Fashion is not optional.
Philippines, this one isn't weird. It's just more like, oh, that'd be neat to see. They have a lantern festival.
Oh, okay.
See, the Lillian Peril, a giant lantern festival.
Look, we went from 13 creepy old men to beautiful lanterns and lights.
Yeah, I figured we need a palate cleanser.
Oh my goodness. Let's go to the Philippines where they do it right.
And started out, I guess, with like just kind of your traditional Japanese style paper lanterns, and then it grew into a festival, and it like expanded into these beautiful displays, and they go up into the air and they look wonderful. And
they go up into the air.
Yeah, I think so. Or maybe they're just but they're nice, and maybe I'll check that out. So
Kayla says, how pretty. I assume they were talking about you and I, Trev. So
yeah, I think so.
Thank you. Thank you.
And someone said Filipinos love Christmas. My coworker has 4 trees. It's true. Also, anybody been to Jollibee's and had the spaghetti?
I haven't. Is it good?
It's pretty good.
I had spaghetti at my dad's house yesterday.
There you go.
It wasn't Jollibee's, but I like to imagine it was.
The giant lanterns, let's see how they're made. Paper. That's all I know.
They probably fold and cut a bunch and then put a light inside.
Yeah, exactly. Another place. Let's see here. Whoops, click on the right spot here. Whoville.
Yeah.
They have a tradition where what they do is every Who down in Whoville, the tall and small, would stand together close with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. They'd sing and they'd sing and they'd sing. Right
now Whoville, that's on a snowflake, right?
That's on a snowflake. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they say where the snowflake is?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Actually, let me just double check here.
Is it story time?
Yeah, it's story time. Let's see. Once upon a time,
Grinch.
There's Grinch. He's printed in be Santa. I'm not quite sure where it is actually. But, so the Who.
I don't think they have enough books talking about the history of Whoville.
That's true. Yeah.
I feel like that one was focused too much on the Grinch, and I'd really like an in-depth, detailed history of the nation as a whole.
But unfortunately, they canceled Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, that is true. I guess.
JK. What about another place called Italy? You hear about this place?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
They got something
it's shaped like a boot.
That's true. It's
is that another cat that kills people with that?
No, this is a
lady?
witch. She's a witch named Bafana the Christmas witch.
Bafana.
See what she does is she goes down the chimney and gives gifts to the little children. But she doesn't. She's like Santa Claus in that way, but she doesn't drink milk and cookies. She drinks wine and sausages, and eats sausages.
Yeah.
The story goes that she was invited by the wise men to go with them to meet Jesus. She's like, nah, I'm good. And then later on was like, you know what? I should have gone and met Jesus Christ. So now she goes around and going down chimneys looking for Jesus Christ, and then eats the sausages and drinks the wine and leaves gifts for the little.
So it started out because of FOMO that she travels around the world eating sausages and drinks wine.
Yep.
I think this lady is my new Christmas hero.
Yeah, she's pretty great.
Yeah, why don't we have her more places?
Yeah, I know. And it's like everybody's trying to get rid of witches. No.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess if they didn't have all those trials where they were burning them and stuff,
they
could have been going around dropping off gifts and getting hammered drunk on wine and sausage.
Exactly. And to be honest, like if I had the choice between milk and cookies and wine and like a good bratwurst, I'm choosing wine and a nice bratwurst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus milk and cookies?
Versus milk and cookies, hands down any day. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on the milk and cookies, and it depends how I'm feeling. You know,
that's true. Yeah,
I do love milk and cookies.
Yeah, same.
Well, I like cookies. Milk, I can take it or leave it.
Yeah, milk when there's cookies.
Yeah. Otherwise, get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
I ain't drinking no cow juice.
How do you feel about eggnog? Are you an eggnog fan?
Eggnog's one of those things where once a year I'll have a half a glass of it, and it'd be like, "Yep, that's enough eggnog for another year or two."
Well, you saw on my Facebook, I just drank a whole carton of it.
You drank a whole carton of eggnog and spinach.
And then I ate a bunch of spinach. and my stomach did not feel good after that because I made
man.
a meal hoping to have leftovers. So I made chicken and rice and spinach, and the spinach, like I made it with garlic, and I made it a different way than I normally do, and it was so good that's like all I ate.
Plain spinach.
Yeah, no, there was garlic in it. And I ate some rice and a little bit of chicken, but it was mostly like I just love the spinach I made so much. And then it's like my stomach was destroyed.
Yeah. Are you pregnant, Trev? That's what the people are asking.
I am.
Yeah. Wow.
Pregnant pause.
I feel bad for Jagger. I'm sure he hid in the closet for the next 2 days.
Yeah. No, he stood right there by me. You know.
Oh, he did.
Always got my back.
Maybe he secretly loves the smell.
Yeah. Well, but speaking of
eggnog, spinach.
No defecating.
Yeah.
In Spain, they have these logs, right? Have you heard about these?
These aren't Yule logs, right?
Sort of, but they're like kind of in that same tradition. But let me see. Basically, what they do is the kids have to take care of these logs from starting December 8th to Christmas. And so they take care of it, they feed it, they make sure it's all
feed their logs.
Well, they leave like food for it and stuff, and they take care of it. And then on Christmas,
it's like log in Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, exactly.
Give your kids a log. And then if they misbehave, you can just throw it on the fire.
That's true. Yeah. Log. Well,
Bake
and then
it's wet.
And then when they wake up on Christmas morning, so they have that blanket there, but what the parents will do, or maybe magic, is they'll put a bunch of presents under the blanket. So candy and presents and stuff like that. So the kids have to come out and get their sticks and they beat it. They beat it up.
What do you mean they beat it?
They just beat it. And then they sing this song that basically translates to shit log, almonds and nuggets. Do not defecate herrings, which are too salty. Defecate nougats, which are better. Shitlog, almonds and nougats. If you don't want to defecate, I will give you a smack.
So they take care of the log, they feed it, they love it, and then they mercilessly beat it with sticks until it shits out gifts.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, and then so the parents will pull the blanket off and there's all the gifts. And they start Christmas.
I feel like that's a very bad thing to teach kids on how to take care of your pets.
It's true. And then I think they burn it. I think they throw it in the fire. So.
Yeah, don't get your kids a cat or a dog if you've given them a log before.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Now, I don't know. I found out the lyrics on one site, so it could be a bad translation or it could just be that they made it up.
I feel like it might be. I would want to verify that before we put that out there.
But it's still fun. But they do that. Tradition's real. And I've seen videos of kids on Christmas morning beating the shit out of their, literally out of their log. And then...
I mean, it'd be different if the log just showed up and you beat it up, but the fact that you have to like take care of it first is what's really kind of like really worrying me.
It's true. Well, maybe it's like you got to train it to get ready for the beating. Like it's like a Pokemon. Either. Like
yeah. I guess that's true. Yeah.
But if you think that this is their only Christmas tradition in Spain that has to do with shitting, then you're widely mistaken.
What?
So have you seen this guy before?
Yeah, it's my dad.
So you see the shitting log in the background, but then you see this guy.
Yeah.
It's a different angle.
Why has he got his hands in his pockets?
No, he's pulling down his pants, I think. Or maybe it is. But so... In Cantaleona, I'm sorry I'm bad at pronouncing Cantaleona, and some parts of the rest of Spain. What you would do is you would build the nativity scene, but you wouldn't just be the nativity; you would be the entire town of Bethlehem. So you do this big diorama of the entire town of Bethlehem.
Yeah,
and so. In the 17th century or early 18th centuries, they started putting this pooping guy in there as a little Easter egg joke thing of here's a guy taking a shit.
More like Easter egg.
And then a couple of years ago, so they've been doing this forever. And a couple of years ago, some companies stopped doing it and some displays stopped having it in there because they thought it's disrespectful. And like the whole country freaked out and said, no, we need this. And I forgot to get a picture of it, but there's a mall that had a giant, like, you know how you'd have a giant Christmas tree. They had a giant pooping guy in the middle of this mall.
I actually really love this tradition.
And you can also get it with other, like there's the Pope, there's the Queen, there's some Donald Trump ones.
Okay. You know, I've really come around on this one. I like where it came from and like how it started. I like where it's become. This is great. We need more of this. Yeah. That's always like you ever like take out like baby Jesus from the nativity scene and then you put in like a different action figure or something like that. It's the same kind of thing. It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
whatever will just like piss off your mom or something, you know?
Exactly.
With a sausage roll.
Yes, somebody said, reminds me of when they the outrage in my country when they replaced baby Jesus with a sausage roll.
Yeah.
It's just, you're right. It is fun for the whole family. Are you familiar with Kashyyyk?
I'm not. No, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Kashyyyk is the Wookiee planet. It's the Wookiee home planet.
Okay. I am actually familiar with it.
And what they do is they celebrate Life Day, and Life Day it's a celebration of the planet's diverse ecosystem and the many forms of life it encompasses, as well as a day to remember the dead. The very famous one is when Chewbacca was trying to get home for Life Day, and but he wasn't able to get there. But then he was able to get there, and it was happy. And then the grandpa
what a terrible
Wookiee,
story.
and then the grandpa Wookiee watched 3D porn, and it was all
actually.
Well, like ish. He watched a sexy dance.
Yeah, gather around with the family to watch some 3D pornography.
Somebody asked if you think there's a pooping figure for Life Day, and
oh man, I can't imagine just like the matted butt hair that you're gonna have with that.
They're a very clean species.
Not then. Not when you're doing that.
That's true. I'm gonna Google that in a minute. Norway. What happens in Norway? They hide their brooms.
Okay. Why?
From the witches.
But we just established that the witches were cool.
Not in Norway. They're afraid of them. So what they think that there's on Christmas Eve, evil spirits can come out, witches can come out. So you got to hide your brooms because otherwise
they'll sweep up.
And you can hide them anywhere. It's like somebody asked where, and it's like just hide them where you don't think that the witches will find them. So you got to make sure witches don't get your brooms because you're going to want to sweep up all the Christmas.
I feel like most of the places that you would hide a broom would just be the places that you would put a broom anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, they could fly for Halloween, not Christmas. These are Christmas witches. They're different.
Yeah, I think you'll find that Christmas witches are quite different.
They're a lot different. Yeah. In fact, you'll find that they're nowhere near the same as the other ones we talked about before.
Somebody said maybe the witches took the wrong sausages in Norway, and that's why they're scared.
That's true. Yeah,
and that's true.
I don't know. Do they have wine, like good wine in Norway? That's probably why they went to Italy.
That's true.
For the good wine.
Italy does have pretty good wine, but I've never had Norwegian wine, and maybe it's good too. I've also never used Norwegian broom. Right.
That looks like just like a broom to me.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I just Googled broom. Like, I don't know if that's a Norwegian one. I just a broom. So.
I mean, regardless, I think a broom is a broom,
it's true.
A broom will do what you need to broom.
Yeah, it's true. Have you seen that Key and Peele sketch where they it's like the inner city Quidditch team? And they have it's like the inner city magic school, but they have like Swiffers because they can't afford brooms. It's pretty good.
That's good.
There's one part where like he's like, "Oh," or one of our students has disguised himself as a rat. No, that's just a rat. Comedy clip.
I'll have to look on the internet for that one.
Yeah, you can go to youtube.com.
www.
Yeah, just use the W's and but Christmas isn't huge in Japan, but it's still Oh, wait, I
that's
skipped.
Austria.
Austria. Oh, I skipped ahead. Christmas is big in Austria. They love
It
Christmas.
isn't huge in Japan, but in Austria, oh boy.
They love it. They got, you know what they got is Krampus.
Yeah.
We all know the movie Krampus, very fun movie, but this is based on this, and it's a bigger part of the tradition there in Austria. And the Krampuses walk around, and they, they scare children, and it's like a demon.
Why are so many of these traditions based around horrible monsters trying to terrorize people?
And it's because even German, I don't think I have Germany in here, but like Saint Nicholas walks around with like a Krampus type thing.
Yeah, Heather says animators need to unite and make a movie with all these characters. We can call it the Christmas War. I think it could be like a Cabin in the Woods, but with all the Christmas people. So maybe like Christmas Cabin in the Woods. That would be a good one.
Well, have you seen, what was it, The Guardians or something like that, where it's like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and Jack Frost, they all team up to fight the Sandman, I think.
Isn't that basically the plot line of the Santa Claus 3? Oh, no, it's Jack.
Jack Frost was the bad guy in that.
Yeah. It's basically the same idea.
Exactly. But speaking of Japan, see?
Oh, there you go. Dame's Booknook, because winter solstice is the traditional time for ghosts and monsters to appear in many cultures.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. And that's even like and scary ghost stories in winter, that song where it's like, what? Why is there scary ghost stories? But even like what brought back Christmas to like the Western culture was the Christmas Carol, and that's all about ghosts.
That's a big ghost story.
Teaching you, but in Japan, it's all about KFC.
I could go for some original recipe right now.
Yep. So in 1974, they just had a really successful marketing campaign that said Kentucky for Christmas, and that was like the slogan they went with, and they marketed around Christmas, and it just became a tradition.
Christmas tradition, because it's like not like their main holiday. It's not like a super Christian country or super like Christmassy country, but like that's the tradition that has stuck. And so you have to order your Kentucky Fried Chicken weeks or months in advance sometimes, and make sure that you're getting your chicken for Christmas Day. I gotta say that's a tradition I can get behind. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's the same thing like with the Coca-Cola thing in North America, right? Like that kind of association with Christmas too.
Yeah.
It's just corporate entities taking over a holiday.
That's true. Do they have a Christmas can this year though? I have not seen the Christmas can.
I don't know. They might. I mean, I haven't been looking for it.
Yeah. Well, maybe my grocery store just hasn't got it.
Or is it more just like generic holiday cans?
Yeah.
Do you remember Holiday Pepsi? Did you ever have that?
Yes, it had like pie filling and stuff, right? Pie spices, I mean.
Like, so it was like kind of spicy and I
liked it.
It was a weird time.
Yeah. I wouldn't drink a carton of it and then a bunch of spinach, but
that's
good.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe heat one up on the stove for afterwards.
Yeah.
New York's a country?
Well, this one, it's very specific to one city. So I figured...
Which city in New York?
New York City.
Oh, okay.
New York. City's so nice, they named it twice.
And where you can get a slice.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. At a little known pizza shop called Pizza Hut. Do you know this holiday?
I do know this holiday.
This is Festivus.
For the rest of us.
Festivus for the rest of us. Of course, it's about air. You have your aluminum Festivus pole there, obviously. Everybody can see that. And it's about airing of grievances. Sorry. Do you want to have any grievances you want to air right now?
I have a bunch, but I don't know if we have time for them.
Okay, we'll do it actually on Festivus.
I want to save it. I don't want to get too into the season until it's time. So
that's true. Yeah, and then of course there's feats of strength.
Yep. Yeah.
And then Festivus miracles. So it's it's a widely popular thing now. Have you seen? It's a couple years old, but like the classic Fox News War on Christmas thing, where it's like some places were demanding a Festivus pole if there's going to be a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And one of the Fox hosts was like, "When I'm driving around looking at nativity sets, I don't want to look at an aluminum pole." It's like, why are you driving around looking at nativity scenes? Like, what?
That's what people do, though.
God,
that's what they do in the holiday. That's why they have those like light setups. They have all the displays. People have the nativity scenes, and people go around the neighborhood and they're like, "Oh, look at that!" And like, how is it any different than just seeing a pole outside that are already there?
Yeah,
it's no different. You can't get mad at an aluminum pole. So dumb.
Yep. And Venezuela.
All right. Okay. Come on.
I don't know. They rollerblade to Christmas or roller skate to Christmas church service. So they have mass in the morning and everybody, and this is in Caracas. A bunch of people roller skate.
Well, I mean, if things keep going the way we hope, global warming will have us all roller skating to Christmas mass too.
Amen. Yeah.
So I can't wait, actually. Well, I mean, unless we get flooded, then we'll have to ride our sailboats to Christmas mass.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really see myself going to Christmas mass ever again.
Oh.
But that's just me.
Because you don't have a boat?
Because I don't have a boat. Yeah.
Right. I'd pick you up, don't worry.
Last time, story time.
Mhm.
Last time I went to a Christmas service, it was a couple of years ago. My niece was probably like 9 at the time.
Mhm.
So it was a while ago. Because you guys all know that she's 17 now. So she was 9 at the time. But like we went and they were singing Christmas songs and like hymns, things like that in the church. And I wasn't singing along because I don't want to sing to Jesus. And my niece, the next day I was in the car with her and my brother, and Robin, that song Call Your Girlfriend, started playing, and I started singing along, and she's like, "How do you know every word to Call Your Girlfriend, but you don't know a single hymn?"
You should tell your niece I don't know a single hymn either. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very easy not to, actually.
I said they don't pop.
That's true. There aren't any bangers that they play in church, really.
That's true.
There's a lot of people who say they're bangers, but they're not bangers.
Mm-hmm. Now, somebody said Trevor doesn't look anything like I imagined him.
What did you imagine Trevor looked like?
To be honest, this isn't how I imagined I'd look either.
Yeah, I pictured more purple lines.
Yeah.
More fur.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Ukraine is a place.
Yeah.
Heard of it?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
One of the things they do is they'll like go down the streets in their traditional Ukrainian garbs, and they're quite beautiful and intricate and really cool looking stuff. But sorry, someone said Trevor looks like he's about to firebomb Parliament. See, my razor broke today. I was gonna shave.
Well, I was laughing actually at what was the one? Kids these days spend all their time memorizing Nicki Minaj and not Bible hymns. So.
It's true, yeah.
And that's what's wrong with this country, folks. That's what's wrong.
Cody Crane said, "Did someone call out my last name? Get it, Ukraine."
Can we get rid of him, guys? Please?
Get him out of here. Another thing though in Ukraine is spiderweb. So there's this story that a widow couldn't afford any Christmas decorations. So the spiders in her house felt bad for her. So they made a bunch of beautiful Christmas decorations for webs.
It's like Charlotte's Web, but for poor people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's nice.
Yeah. And I thought I would end with the country of my family origins. I'm
guessing Kayla says that's not the country for you. I'm guessing you're not a fan of spiders.
Yeah, I don't hate spiders. I'm not going to run across the room if I see a spider. That I do that with mice. But I don't know if I want.
Do you jump up on the counter and go eek?
Okay, so yes, I am going to talk.
You and Jagger together.
Yeah, exactly. See, on December 5th, when I was a kid, we would wake up in the morning.
You get a big chocolate tea.
Feeling like P. Diddy. No, we'd wake up in the morning and there would be a chocolate letter with the first initial of our name hidden somewhere in our house. And we would have to run around and look for that chocolate name. But because I didn't grow up in Holland, you kind of had to get what you got for the first initial, for the initial. So sometimes they'd be like, oh, by the way, they didn't have any T's. So you're a V this year because there was a lot of V's and there's a V in your name. But
they couldn't be bothered to find another T for you.
Well, they're not going to drive around all town, all the time, everywhere, looking for the right letter. They're just going to buy a V. But sometimes I got a T. But in the traditions in the Netherlands, they have Sinterklaas Day, and that's where that kind of like Sinterklaas becomes Santa Claus, but he's still more traditionally like the old Saint Nick, like the old monk. That
Vever.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There you go, Vever.
Vever Volman.
It's sad, and somebody mentioned it already, and I'm gonna blow past these because I don't want them up on screen too much, but they have also fought for this terrible tradition that needs to go and is kind of going away, but stuck around way too long, and that is Zwarte Piet.
Right.
Yeah. And
yep.
Yeah, so we can people have been fighting against this for a long time. It's basically, it started in the 1850s in a storybook, and it became this whole thing where he's like Santa's quote unquote servant, and he, helps or Sinterklaas out with the stuff. This year, I think, is the first time they're kind of changing it to Sooty Pete, where instead of people doing blackface, it's like whatever your skin color is, plus they have soot because they went down the chimney. So it's like kind of better, but they should probably just maybe not have them anymore.
God.
Yeah. And there's a big fight and it's been for a while just to get rid of it. And get them out of there.
I can't imagine I can't imagine how news media would try and defend this here like they do some of the other shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like my parents talked about this fondly when I was a kid, of like this tradition. And I'm not for it, I guess what I'm
No, nor should you be.
Say. Yeah. I would agree with somebody said any tradition that involves blackface is bad. And we've talked before on the podcast, but my hometown, there's like a history Facebook page, and somebody like posted, I'm sorry, we're going down this path, but somebody posted like nostalgic photos of like a minstrel show, and then it became this huge argument. But
my God.
Get rid of it. But I shouldn't have ended with that one. That's like a down.
Yeah.
Maybe stick that one in the middle next time, bud.
Maybe that's a good way to go. Let's go Christmas lyric.
Yeah, let's just.
This is just one.
Can't you see you're not making Christianity better? You're just making rock and roll worse.
Is it just one lyric?
One lyric. It's just one word. No. So this song, when we were talking earlier, you mentioned that it's Jesus's birthday, and couldn't have been more fitting because it is Jesus' birthday. This was a song performed by the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir, and it's a kids singing to Jesus for Christmas. And here we go. Happy birthday, Jesus. I'm so glad it's Christmas. All the tinsel and lights and presents are nice, but the real gift is you. Happy birthday, Jesus. I'm so glad it's Christmas. All the carols and bells make the holidays swell. And it's all about you. Happy birthday, Jesus. Jesus, I love you. Happy birthday, Jesus.
What a boring song.
Yep. And so I went on. I was like, "Oh yeah, I kind of remember that song." And then I read the comments, and people were like, "Oh man, this is such a beautiful song. It always brings me back, and I always cry every time I hear it." It's like,
I don't know. From what I'm seeing, it sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of most Christmas songs. I mean, this is better than The Little Drummer Boy, which is the worst Christmas song ever.
It's Angela's favorite.
It's whose?
Angela from The Office.
Oh, I hate that song. I hate that song. It's so long and just annoying.
Yeah. And it's like, what was that? Somebody tweeted where it's like Mary and Joseph afterwards, like later that night. Yeah, it was a great night. Can you believe it? Yeah, shepherds brought us gifts. The wise men came, brought us gifts. And then they kind of awkwardly look at each other. What was with that drummer boy? Yeah, I know that's not appropriate for a baby.
I just can imagine like some malnourished kid poorly playing a drum off like beat and everyone's just getting pissed off. It's like, would you cut that out? Yeah. We're trying to enjoy the fucking savior of the earth here.
This was not the time for a drum solo, but but so I say unto thee, any other thoughts on traditions, Christmas traditions, or things we missed?
Oh, I think the best traditions are the ones that you make with your family that are happy, healthy, and good for you. And if any of this nonsense doesn't work for you, don't use it. But if you like it, you should look more into it. That's how I feel about it. You know what? Who cares? It's just a day.
I bought my cat some gifts. I'm excited with that. He's been trying to peek. I'm not gonna let him.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, someone says I'm Cuban and we kill and roast a pig every Christmas Eve, and that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, big pig roast.
We used to do a pig roast every summer at my church growing up, and they stopped doing it eventually. And then at one point, I asked my pastor. A couple of my friends went up to our pastor and was like, "Why don't we do the Christmas? Why don't we do the annual pig roast?" And he goes, "Do you want to sit up all night rotating the pig?" And I was like, "Yeah, I really do. I will do that, of course." Like, get some friends together, get some Jolt Colas.
Yeah,
all nighter,
making an event. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I love Jolt Cola. They should bring that back.
They don't have Jolt Cola anymore.
As far as I know, they don't. They might, but I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, that really grinds my gears.
That's true. Same. So, if you're listening, Big Cola, bring back the Jolt to Canada at least.
Yeah, bring it back. And but I think that's all from us here at the live stream at the live event. I had fun. Did you have fun?
I did have fun.
Did everybody else have fun? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Woo! For Patreons, you have the link. We'll probably be at 5 minutes and we'll join the party there. We have a little after party coming up. And I'm probably going to grab a little bit of a brewski, open that up.
Oh my God.
And everybody have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate.
Yeah, just have a good time.
Yeah. And don't eat yellow snow.
Work, Sky Moon.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network. Sonar!